We have dog chaos. That's something.
Oh, people love that.
They do. They're going to be pretty frantic tonight because we forgot to get them bones,
Not really.
which is always,
Yeah,
that makes for an interesting Sunday night.
it does.
Lots of wildlife. What was that? Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Mm-hmm. It's on every Sunday.
Yeah, that's what we have.
That's our version.
Yes,
yeah.
Wild Kingdom. UTG's Wild
But you
Kingdom.
don't narrate.
Who's the narrator? I can hear his voice. I can't think of his name though.
I know. I can hear his voice.
This is real boomer stuff. Like nobody.
I'm gonna look it up.
Marlon Perkins.
Marlon
Perkins.
Wild Kingdom.
Oh God, we're old.
Hello, Charlie. Bill McKiska, Stang Lincoln.
What's happening, guys?
Gonzalez, Mitten Main Muscle, Nathan McCrae, Raphael Smith, Rocco, Interdimensional Lizard, Joe K, Pertinent Information, Swamp Rat. Good evening.
Good evening, James.
Let's see, Ron Armstrong. Excuse me.
Well, you better have that checked.
No.
That sounds like leukemia.
No, it was a tickle in my throat.
Oh.
Sorry, everybody.
All right. Well, it's hard to tell the difference.
No, it's fine.
I'm drinking a Mexican Coke.
David
Right.
Keys. He has a question. Just a huge question. Can I use a 2-piece rear main seal oil pan on a 86350 that has a 1-piece rear main?
What? Can you use a 2-piece rear
Rear
main?
main seal oil pan
Yeah.
on an 86350. I think
Oh.
that's what he means.
86350.
That has
Okay, because I
it's all
thought
one
for a
number.
minute.
I was like, what is an 86350? 1-piece rear main. I guess he means an 86350.
No, they're completely different.
Okay.
They're completely different. The one piece rear main. So the crank flange on the crank for the 1-piece rear main is like the main is big diameter, and it sits around the outside of the crank flange, which is much thicker. On the 1-piece, it steps down behind the crank flange. So, no, the 2-piece rotor, I should say. So no, it's not. They're not interchangeable.
Okay. Is that Dr. Art's library in his house? No, it's a backdrop.
It's a picture. It's a picture. I came into the shop one day, and there's Dr. Art hanging up. You know, I like it. I like it, so we left it.
Right. Let's see.
Gives it that air of sophistication that is
No,
so
maybe even
thoroughly
a little bit.
missing from my life.
AJ Kylie is here. Says hello. Kevin K. No, it's not. It's just it tickled my throat. It's not a disease.
It sounds like
It's
leukemia.
not. It's not.
All right.
Can't be Coke in a bottle. No.
It's real Coke. It's Mexican Coke, so it's made with real sugar, not the high fructose commie poison stuff that they use.
Hello, Fubar.
Fubar, what's happening, brother?
Joe K is here.
It's
It's a banner. Yes, it's a banner.
What's a banner?
The books. It's
Yeah,
a banner.
it's a picture.
Yeah,
It's just a big.
picture on
Yeah,
a sheet.
exactly. It looks good though. I mean,
Josh Homan says good to be here.
it's always good to have you here, Josh.
Tony hasn't had Mexican Coke in a while. No, he hasn't.
No,
He hasn't
she-
bought it. Yeah.
She used to buy it all the time, and then she stopped.
Good stuff.
But I was just, she says, "What do you want to drink tonight?" And I was like, "I
Is
won't."
that what I sound like?
No,
So why do you make me sound like that?
I don't know. So I said, "I'll have a Coke, please."
Okay.
Now, what's funny, right? You want to talk about a total flashback?
Yeah.
A minute, like literally a minute before I came in here, they have. I was just flipping through YouTube, just waiting for her to get set up, and there was they're showing highlights from ABC's Wild World of Sports, drag racing highlights from the Wild World of Sports, which is like, I mean, total flashback. This is stuff that I watched when I was like 10, 11, 12 years old. I was like glued to the TV, and I was drinking like Coke out of a glass bottle just like this. And it was like I just had this crazy flashback of
Did you?
yes, it was really neat.
Was it neat? Do you want to go back?
No.
You can shut the live and you
I don't
want
wanna
to
go back.
Watch that with you.
No, but it was the moment. You had to be there.
Alright. Let's see. Rocco says, Tony, I'll buy a shirt if you drink a case of Mexican Coke live next Sunday. A case?
I mean, over 2 hours. That's not much of a
That's a
challenge.
lot of sugar. You hear panting? Yes, there is panting
Yes, there's.
going on.
Why don't you show them what we're dealing with here? Because they're going to hear this for the rest of the evening.
Sorry, guys.
Clearly, this is nonstop. This is life with border collies.
Yeah, that's what's happening. Sorry, everyone. That's the way it is. Maybe we should put them inside, or the sounds are just like.
I
strange.
like it.
I know, but most people are going to tune in and not know what that is.
They'll think it's tell us my stomach.
Yeah. Okay.
If it comes up, well, obviously everybody who's watching now, right? But if it comes up like in an hour or so,
Yeah, it's just
just
stomach
his
making
stomach
noises.
making noises. Listen, I worked hard for that, right?
Yeah.
I don't want much out of life.
Hard for what? You worked hard for what?
Well, I mean, I've worked and saved and everything and struggled, you know, and did all that my whole life, so I can have the things that I really want when I'm old. So now I'm really old, okay?
Yeah.
And some guys want like really fancy cars, and some guys want like really fancy houses, and they want an island and all this other shit. I want puppies.
You have puppies.
I know. That's all I really want. And since I've got it, I want them to make as much noise as they feel, you know.
Yeah, this is your thought.
This is what I worked for. Puppy noises.
Thunderstruckster says Hindenburg sounds great to me.
It doesn't sound bad, right? I cheated on that. You can see there was a little bit of a neutral drop. But no, it doesn't sound bad. It actually surprised me. It surprised me.
Have a Coke and a smile.
It would have gone to the track yesterday, but we're going to take it out to Buffalo Valley. But the weather forecast was like, it never materialized either. That's the one thing.
Fizzling, like.
It spit every once in a while,
yeah.
right?
It's enough to cause a stink.
It's enough to say, yeah, don't even bother. And they didn't open last night anyway, so.
New t-shirt, dogs are better than fancy stuff.
They are.
Neutral drop, cameraman here, folks.
It wasn't a big neutral drop, it was a little neutral drop. But it was a neutral drop just the same.
Mexican Spike says, I expected to see Tang horchata tonight.
No, I was just in the mood for a Coke.
You're not invisible tonight, Mexican Spike. I just read your comments.
What are you doing,
It's like,
Molly?
I'm invisible tonight. Cool. You're not invisible. I'm just trying to get everybody. And I said hello to you when you came in. Let's see. East Coast is getting bunches of rain. Are they?
We were supposed to get blitzed tonight, and it's actually
there's
not
supposed to
bad.
be storms tonight. What has she got?
I don't know, she found-
The trim. It's the trim off the wall.
Yeah, she's eating a piece of trim off the
No,
wall.
could you like take that?
No! No, it's keeping her dizzy.
You're keeping her busy.
It's wood, it's organic, and she'll digest it, it's not a problem.
Oh my goodness. Robert Rios says Tony the puppy master. Are you? I don't know.
I'm telling you, some people want fancy airplanes and like, you know, I want dogs, that's all I want, I just want dogs.
Mexican Spec says it's 90 here. I am sweating a lot here. Is it hot?
It's supposed to be in the 80s all this week.
Yeah.
Here. You go from winter to summer, no in between.
Maddie says hello from Australia. Danny Boyd is here. Scoop is here. Old Cars and Music is here.
Greetings, all who are
Craig
joining us now.
Cheeto is here. I'm trying to say everybody. Loco Moco. I know I'm going to miss people. Thumper.
Well, you're supposed to, Thumper, you're supposed to, you know, greet them at the very beginning.
Well, I did, but, you know, there's more people coming in, so I'd
Yeah.
like to acknowledge them. Let's see. Phil Buckley. Coke needs to cough up some pesos for this. Oh, probably. Not for us. Not for UTG.
Yeah, we don't do any paid endorsements of anything ever.
Zero's here. Hello, Zero.
Zero.
Andre.
If you ever see me do any sort of
What?
paid, no, I'm talking to them.
Andre Alvarez says hello from Ecuador.
Ecuador, hello, Andre. If you guys ever see me do any sort of paid endorsement, okay, immediately unsubscribe. Because you think I'm joking, okay? Because at that point, I do not deserve your viewership. I don't deserve your loyalty. I deserve nothing. As soon as you see me do any sort of paid endorsement, it means that we're going down the toilet. It means we're almost at the end of the line, so just, you know, unsub and go away and curse me under your breath.
Yeah?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I kind of agree. We're not going to do any paid endorsements. So people can't own you, Tony?
Nobody can own me.
Nobody can own you?
I do not have a price.
Scarlet Fire, I want to be your Jimmy Hoffa. I don't know what that means.
I don't either.
I don't know what that means. Marcus says, what was the fake ad? Mary's Man Cream? Yeah.
It was fake.
That's funny.
It was fake.
Mary's Man Cream. And what was the other one? It was an insurance company. Bob's Insurance or something like that.
Mutual Bob.
Mutual Bob.
Something like that. I don't remember. But those are fake. Those
See,
are fake.
those are the kinds of t-shirts we should make. Mutual Bob.
Was it Mutual Bob? I don't remember.
I don't remember either. Somebody's gonna have to go back and watch that video.
That was a few years ago.
Yeah. It's at the old shop. We did it for April Fools.
It was April
And
Fool's.
people thought it was serious. They
Yep.
thought that I was really upset. No. No.
Oh, yeah,
Just
the end-
acting.
At the end of the video, you stormed off like,
Yeah, but at the beginning of the video, I was really upset too. We were talking in the car and I was upset.
oh, that's right. I
Yeah,
forgot
people
about that.
got upset about it. They're like, oh my God, this is real. No, it wasn't
Oh, yeah,
real.
no, I was acting. You were just playing.
That's not good of an actress.
You're the best actress.
I am, I know.
You should be up for an Oscar Awards.
That's what I think
Or
too.
something like that.
I agree. They're not going to give me one though.
Well,
Because they're like that. Rocco says, I miss the days when you mailed people pizza.
I miss those days too. Maybe someday we'll. I don't know. I do miss that.
Zero says, boss, but what about the lizard overlord you have to obey or whatever?
Our reptilian overlords?
We don't obey
Bro,
them.
I'm always obeying them, but I do it quietly.
Acting, yes. Sir, acting. People were very upset about that. I was upset when I saw it. They thought it was real. I was like, oh no.
I completely forgot about that.
No.
I completely forgot about
Anything I
that.
say is not real.
I think Mopar Al was in that one too, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was an April Fool's video.
Yeah.
A couple years ago. Did we do one last year? I think we missed last year's, actually. But we have it coming up now. Do you know which one to do?
It's tomorrow. I don't have any ideas.
No, it's day after tomorrow. We have, let's see, I'm looking at my calendar. We have one more day and then it's April 1st.
All right, I'll see if I can come up with something.
Alright,
I just shot a 24-minute long engine video.
okay, well that's not going up April 1st.
That'll go up tomorrow.
Well, no, it won't. Well, if we use the laptop.
We'll figure it out.
My computer's broken. It's broken.
Her computer
It's at the shop.
shit the bed. Brand new. How many thousands of dollars did you pay for that freaking thing?
It's almost 2 years old. What happened is it got a Windows update and it screwed everything up. It changed my files and I can't get into my files and it keeps blacking out and it keeps crashing and it's just really bad.
That's why we haven't posted anything the last couple of days
That's why
without
I
a
have
computer
I
over
have
here.
no computer. So it's from the Windows update. The Windows update has done something. I took it to the Geek Squad and that's what they told me. You're like, okay, we're gonna go through this entire thing because this keeps happening.
Do they know that you're an important YouTube VIP?
No, they don't give a crap. They don't care, and I'm not an important YouTube VIP, but I do have to work. Let's see, Zero says it's overcast here and sort of like weather. Is it? What's broken about it? My computer? Yeah, it's just, it got an update from Windows overnight while I was sleeping.
They sneak those updates in.
Yeah. It was an automatic update that I kept putting off, and then I was like, okay, do it tonight, and then it did it, and then my computer, I couldn't open Chrome. Like, it would let me open it for a minute, and then it would crash, and it would tell me I had no memory when I have gobs of memory. It put in another hard drive labeled E, but I don't have a hard drive labeled E. I have a C, a D, and an F. I have no E. So it added that, and it's empty, it's blank. Let's see. it just keeps telling me I have no memory and crashing all the time and flashing a black screen.
But now the
and-
Geek Squad is on it.
Yes, I
Yes.
gave it to the geeks.
Nate,
Nate at Best Buy in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. You should
go Nate.
go talk to Nate. He's very nice and awesome. And he's gonna fix our computer.
Nate at Best Buy.
Nate at Best
In
Buy
Murfreesboro,
in
Tennessee.
Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Give him a call. Tell
Is
him
he
how
giving us
great
a
he
deal
is.
for this?
What?
Is he giving us a deal for that shout
Well-
out? For that? I mean,
No, I pay every year. I pay yearly for
a subscription to.
a subscription for
Geek
maintenance. If I have a problem, they cover it.
Okay.
Best Buy covers it, which is really good. It
Okay.
would have been hundreds and hundreds of dollars, but they're not charging me for it. So it's very good. Yeah. So. Yep. That's it. Nate, get it done. He's gonna. He really looks like he knows what he's doing.
His name is Nate. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. His name is Nate. He knows
Is he
what
pale?
he's doing.
Is he very pale?
Slightly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
No, he looks like he should work at Geek Squad.
Okay.
He looks smarter than me. So he's gonna do a good job. Alright. Are you rolling cigarettes for me?
Not currently. I quit smoking.
No. You're right. Windows 95 start me up. Blue screen of death, yeah. I've had no problems with it, so it's kind of strange that that happened. Let's see. Is your stuff backed up on OneDrive? Everything's backed up. Yes, it's all on OneDrive, and I got what do I call
Cloud.
it? No,
I don't know.
no, Tony doesn't know.
I know nothing about this stuff.
I got a drive and I backed it up on that as well. An external drive. So I should have everything. Nate is taking care of it, that I won't lose anything. But I couldn't get into my premiere profile, which is my video.
Yeah. You.
So some video might be gone. It says that it might be missing.
Oh, I don't care. It's all.
But I'm just
it's all
saying,
dead.
like, we may have lost a lot of stuff. But we'll see.
Yeah. She handles all of the current tech, all of the things, all of the.
Lucky me.
Yeah. I'm still where I'm really trying to understand FM radio. You know what I mean? I get AM, FM is a little, I'm not really sure, I'm not really comfortable with it.
Oh my goodness. Mexican Specs says you're happier not knowing about computers, Tony.
I am very happy not knowing anything about computers.
It takes up a lot of your life, really.
Yes.
It's not fun. Some people enjoy it.
Some people love it. And Nate, clearly, it's his life.
Nate loves it.
Yes.
It is his life. He knows what he's doing. He's very on
Pale Nate.
top of it. He's not that pale.
Does he look like he could use a hamburger? Or does he look like he's eaten one too many?
Stop. Nate
One
is
of
a
the two.
wonderful person. It has nothing to do with what he looks like. He's a fantastic
Flannel button shirt.
computer. No, they all wear the same uniform when you go to Best Buy. Yeah, geez, Uncle Tony is right. You're a jerk.
Does he have a
Uncle Tony.
Band-Aid wrapped around
No,
the
he
middle of his
doesn't have a
glasses?
Band-Aid on his glasses. I'm sorry, Nate. He's a jerk. Ignore him.
Is that Nate?
No.
Oh.
He doesn't know that we do this. Thank God. Unless he's in our computer and he can see it. Your brother is on here, so I'm Brett.
He's going to hack us
If you
from now to
did-
the end of time.
Yeah, if you did an endorsement for Apple, you wouldn't have these issues. No. Apple gives issues as well. I had an Apple computer. Don't worry.
We do no endorsements for anybody.
No. No endorsement.
Unless they're friends of ours and it's free.
I'm on an Apple right now. I'm on an iPad.
Yeah, you're on. You're,
Yeah.
yeah.
We use both. Let's see. 29 pence in his pocket. Cut it out, Kevin K.
What did you say?
29 pence in his pocket. Alright.
Well, if you're going to be part of the Geek Squad, you really got to be part of the Geek Squad.
I think that we're geeks, honestly.
I mean,
I've been called a geek. Like, by so-called friends. They're like, oh, you're a geek. It's like, oh, thanks.
I'm a geek.
Yeah. What are you gonna do? And I was like, what do you mean? Which is such a geek-like thing to do. I was like, what's a geek? What do we like, what was that couple that used to be on Saturday Night Live? Where she had the Band-Aid and her nose was always running. Gilda Radner.
Yeah.
You remember?
Not really.
Todd.
Oh yeah. I'm a mechanical geek.
Uh-huh.
I geek out over like silly things that like really nobody else would even notice. And she's like a tech geek.
Who is?
You.
Me?
Look
I'm not a tech
Look
geek.
at all the tech you do.
Because I have no choice. I'm not. It's not something that I'm good at. Ugh, UTG nerd rating, yeah. So it says, yeah, be a geek, not just some kid wearing a white shirt and a tie. A white short sleeve shirt and a tie. It sounds like Nate needs a girl. He probably has a girlfriend. It's really none of our business. Uncle Luddite.
The last thing I geeked out over was an early Chrysler push rod.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I was going through a pile of push rods, looking for, and then one of them popped up that's got the end that tapers down. You know what I'm talking about? It's like, instead of just being one solid tube like that with a blunt end, it has the end of it tapers down, and it's like an iron tip, and it fits into.
Yeah. What about it? You geeked out
I
over
thought
it?
it was the coolest thing in the world. I was like, look how beautiful this push rod is compared to these other.
I like paint. Let's see. But you're like, oh, you're not gonna make any money painting. You can't paint.
Well, those days are over. Nobody makes
All
money
of
painting.
those days are over for everything, basically.
More or less.
Right. That's really what you're saying.
Molly Jane, what are you doing, baby? Come up here.
Nate can't beat Mop Man. Oh, I don't know. Mop Man.
What's the matter? You're good, Perkins. Yes, I love you.
What's up, Anthony Perna? Don't corrupt Nate. No, we won't.
4.5 months old now.
Yeah, she is. She's crazy.
She's such a good girl.
She's not that good.
She's a good girl.
She's really bad. She keeps biting me. All the time. She'll grow out of it eventually. Right?
Jeez, I don't know.
What's she chewing on?
I don't know.
Don't let her eat the furniture. Soon she'll be old enough to smoke. Maybe. How's the girl beagles?
They're good.
She's in hippies, yeah.
They're in the other room.
She's chewing on my chair. Dog, yes, Andre. Is it Andrea or Andre Alvarez? Did she finally stop biting your face? Haha, Zero says.
She just bit my face.
Yeah, she's bad.
Yeah.
She's really bad.
She doesn't do it intentionally. She's got that puppy nibble on everything face. She's teething.
Or jump up and bite you really hard.
Yeah.
Joe K sent you a super chat.
Thank you, Joe.
Tony, it's tariff week. Care to touch on it or wait?
I don't really know what to touch on. I mean, I think they're a great idea. I've said it before. I'm a radical isolationist. Is my way of thinking. Just things are so screwed up in this country, everywhere from coast to coast, from border to border, the whole bit. Everything is so screwed up here. I'm a radical isolationist. I don't believe that a penny should go out or a penny should come in. I don't think if it was up to me, I would seal the continent, right, and just fix everything, right? So I'm totally in favor of tariffs. I don't think 25% is enough. I think there should be 1,000%. I would make a 10,000% tariff on anything that comes in.
Oh my goodness.
But that's me.
The Throttle Cracker says, got time for a valve spring question. Do you? I would think so.
Probably.
He didn't ask the question though, so ask away.
No, he just wants to know if I have time for it.
Yeah, I think he does. Do your dogs have fleas? No. Please, they've been to the vet like every other week.
Yeah.
They don't have fleas. They don't have worms.
Nothing.
They don't have anything. They have big bills.
It's crazy.
They got sick a few weeks ago, like all of them.
They all had the poops.
Yeah, they all got sick, so they all went to the vet. That was fun. See, these are all the behind the scenes things that you guys don't get to hear about. Let's see. Got any idle up so it doesn't stall anymore. Got the idle up so it doesn't stall anymore. Oh, he's talking about the Belvedere. She's biting my chair as I speak, but I got distracted.
Oh, that's okay. Oh yeah, no, I got all the mixtures right on it. Right, it took some adjusting and some playing with it, but now I got it where it starts every time, and the idle's nice and good. I did raise the idle just a hair from where it was on that video, but just a hair.
Let's see. Hi, Beckman's dog training really works stuff out. Oh, yeah, we're working on it.
I prefer my
She goes
dogs.
to class, so
I prefer my dogs
at a
untrained.
time. They're like Winnie is really well trained, but the puppy is going to take a few minutes to get there. We go to
Jump for Joy.
Jump for Joy Agility.
Yeah.
Which is run by Elizabeth
Yes.
Evans.
What's her last name?
Evans, yeah.
Yes.
And she was on the world
Elizabeth is.
team.
She's watching this right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she was on the world team, and she traveled to Belgium and all these different places, and Sweden, and did agility trials with dogs.
Yeah.
So she really knows what she is.
So we have the best of the best.
And we go to MOTC, which is Murfreesboro Obedience Training Club.
Yes.
So we go there on a regular basis and get lots of help.
I want to take over the club.
You're
I
not
want-
taking over.
I want to institute doggy drag racing.
No.
I think it would be huge.
No.
I want to set up a doggy
No.
drag strip someplace.
Oh my goodness. Let's see. I'm really behind. I'm behind, Tony.
Okay.
I want to see the ghost lantern again. 17.
Oh.
2Z28. Not yet.
Not yet. It's in the backyard soon. Well, we should have. We would
Yeah,
have
we
been
could
outside
have
tonight.
today, but
Except
it was kind of
the
busy.
forecast is like
Yeah.
all kinds of crazy storms right now, and we're not getting anything. It's beautiful out.
Let's see. They're asking questions. Stop feeding them mozzarella. They don't eat mozzarella.
Who doesn't eat
The
mozzarella?
dogs.
Well, if we had it around, they would eat it.
There's car questions here.
All right, let's talk about cars.
Coon Dog says, "Hey Tony, what is the valve or whatever inside the factory intake manifold right under the carb?"
Valve?
Yeah, that's who's asking. Your valve right under the carb? On what?
Valve under the carbon intake manifold. Are you talking about? Okay, so you're talking about like in the floor of the intake manifold, like under. So you take the carburetor off, you look down, and on the floor of the intake manifold there'd be like an opening or a port of some sort. That's for the EGR. That's emission controls.
Let's see. Fresh hot buttered cornbread and pinto beans, green onion on the side.
Yeah.
No?
No.
Jesus Christ, the first is eating that.
I don't think there's anything even remotely appealing about it. Well, read it back again.
Fresh hot buttered cornbread. I mean, that's good.
That sounds good. Yeah.
And pinto beans.
No.
Green onion on the side. That's like a southern dish, isn't it? That's a southern thing.
I know, probably.
Yeah, like they eat it like once a year. They make it. We're Yankees. We don't know what that means. If your cornbread is too dry, put your kidney beans, black-eyed peas. MW. Yeah, it's a thing they make.
Yeah, I'm out. I'm out.
I was like, no.
No.
I didn't miss a super chat. Where?
As soon as you bring up beans,
Where?
I'm
I
out.
got this.
I like
Okay,
baked
sorry.
beans.
Thank you. Here.
I like baked beans.
Tinker
Every once in a
Daily
while.
sent a super chat. Thank you, Mexican Spec.
Thank you.
How did I miss that?
You were too busy. I don't know.
Reading comments?
Yes, reading comments.
Tinker Daily sent you a super chat. He says, when are we headed to the back patio with the lantern?
It would have been tonight, except for the forecast, which was like they said it was going to be monsoons and crazy rain and wind and everything else, and we got nothing. It's beautiful outside. So we didn't set up back there to do anything.
No. All right. Let's see. Oh, the patio and lantern. Yes. Tony needs a car. By your opinion, why wouldn't I want a 72 Satellite 318 for a daily driver?
Why wouldn't you want one?
Yeah.
I can't think of a single reason. That's it.
72
Perfect.
Satellite 318?
That's a perfect daily driver. Cold War Motors has that exact car as a daily driver.
He sent you some stickers.
I know.
Thank you, Cold War Motors.
Yes. So yeah, no, that's an ideal daily driver.
The private channel says I sub to you.
Hang on, I gotta. Molly Jane, give me that. Good girl.
Theo says it's this format. It's difficult to see all the comments. Sometimes. Let's see. Danny Boyd. Our huge rainstorm warning turned out to be just a regular storm. 72 Z28.
Yeah, I mean it's fickle. That's the way it is, right? Shush. We're doing YouTube. This is how you get treats.
Are we getting back on Maxine soon?
Soon.
You need to change the name of that truck.
What?
Because somebody actually has that name.
It's okay. It's a backup girl. She'll be. It's a completely different thing than what we do.
I saw it come through my newsfeed. And someone has that name, and we were unaware.
It's a non-competing thing.
Let's see. Talking about beans.
I hate beans.
Okay. I don't think they care if you hate beans, Tony.
I got a burrito yesterday, a Laredo taco burrito, and she laid out the thing, and then she says, beans? You know, beans? And I was, no! It was
Is
ugly.
that how you responded?
Yeah, it was ugly. It was ugly.
Hello, Olive.
Olive, what's happening?
Too much sugar in baked beans, Scoop says. Could be, yeah. There's lots of people that love beans. Here's a political comment. We have lost 2 to 3 generations from brainwashing, schooling, and smartphone hypnosis.
At least.
You see my joke about Yankee beans? Man, no, I didn't see it. I'm gonna have to scroll back up. I missed it.
Can you see this? Winnie just wants to sit here and hold hands.
Okay, I can't see. Anyway.
All right, wait, never mind. Tell her she just stopped.
She's not holding. Yeah, she likes to hold hands. Yeah. Oh my goodness. This is why I lose my place. Beans have protein. They do, Justin.
Meat has better protein.
Oh, I like beans. Just don't eat them, Scoop says. Why are we talking about beans? Why is everybody talking about
I don't know.
beans?
I'm ready to tune away.
Are you?
Yeah.
Winnie, what are you doing? Let's see.
Oops, hold hands again.
Oh, she's not. I looked over and she stopped. How much is sales tax in Tennessee?
9 and 3. It's almost 10%.
Yeah, it's a lot.
But we don't have a state income tax, so it's okay. And our gas tax isn't really that bad. We got pretty low gas tax. So the sales tax it's okay.
Does Tony get black beans or pinto beans on his Dixie meal?
Neither. We don't do beans. I don't do beans. Even like she makes pasta fazool, which is by definition pasta with beans. And she makes it for me without the fazool. So she just makes everything but with the beans in it.
Without beans.
I don't want beans in any of my freaking food. None. Except sometimes I like baked beans, but just by themselves. Like I gotta be in the mood for it. You know what I mean? I'll crack open a can of baked beans and I'll enjoy that. But I don't want beans mixed with any of my other food.
Sean Pate says, thank you for all the Holly videos.
Well, thank you for watching them.
Still talking about beans.
You have to stop.
Zero says the answer is no.
You have to stop.
Yeah.
Don't look at me like that. She wants to play FRISSB.
Yeah, no, it's not happening right now. Have you ever installed rod bearings in the engine in your car?
Of course. Of course. That's when I was racing. That was like literally every run. You change all the bearings in the car. So yes, and then of course in regular cars too. Countless times.
Lincoln is telling me to count my blessings that you hate beans. You're probably right.
Yes, you're very lucky.
Although the dogs don't eat beans and they have that problem, so I don't know what the issue is.
You're talking about
exactly.
that? Yes, very aromatic.
The dogs are very aromatic. Oh my goodness, they're still talking about beans. All right, soaking beans in baking soda and water for a couple of hours.
See, nobody wants to talk about cars.
To cut down on their ability to produce gas.
They want to talk about tariffs. They want to talk about conspiracies. They want to talk about beans. Nobody wants to talk about cars.
Sometimes.
Wait, shush, shush. We're doing YouTube. Yes, over here.
Nobody can see her.
Yeah.
Oh, there she is.
Can you see her?
No, barely. Yeah, there she is.
She's wanting me
right now.
to go outside and play FRIS.
You said play. She understands that.
BEE.
Yeah, well, she knows that word too. She probably knows the spelling of it.
What, baby?
Greg Sprung sent you super chat.
Thank you, Greg.
Let's see. Fire extinguishers in a cars. You need an ABC and at least a 10-pound bottle at min. Yes, makes a mess. Watch your car burn down using halon. I'll read it again.
Yeah.
Fire extinguishers in cars.
Yes.
You need an ABC, at least a 10-pound bottle at min.
Okay.
Yes, makes a mess. Watch the car burn down using halon.
Halon is only supposed to. Halon, what it does, it just wipes out the oxygen. They use halon in race cars. Because you're not concerned with putting the fire out. You're concerned with creating a bubble, a fire-free zone long enough for the driver to actually get out. So that's why they use halon for that. But I mean, yeah, a fire extinguisher is a good idea. I don't generally carry them, but it is a good idea.
Anthony Prentice sent you super chat.
Thank you, Anthony.
Thanks. I've been wanting a satellite for a while. My dad and wife have been trying to talk me out of it. It isn't disc. Oh, how hard are they to find? Oh, they're trying to talk me out of it if it isn't disc. How hard are they to find?
How hard are disc brakes to find? They're not. I mean, the interchanges. There's so many different vehicles that interchanges from. But why? The car would, a 318 Satellite would have come with like the 10-inch drums. They're fine. That thing will stop you all day, every day, anywhere, all the time, and you'll never have a problem with it. Stop. Shush. I'm going to put her out in the hallway because you have to go out here. Come on, you go out here. Go ahead, go. Sit. Good girl. Oh, she's not going to come there.
She's right.
Okay. I couldn't find her collar through all of the floof.
Your dogs are so funny. They're hilarious. All right. Do I have AC in my car yet? Yes. We have AC in the XGs. Yes. Let's see. Is that Winnie or Molly? That's Winnie that's barking like that.
Yes.
Can we move that?
Which? Okay.
Let's see. How soon will I see you driving an electric car?
I mean, if the opportunity pops up, somebody drops an electric car in my lap, you'll see me drive it.
17 says, Tony, in a 90s Jeep, since all engine sensors are on a common ground, that goes back to PCM, could a bad TPS mess up other sensors?
Could a bad TPS mess up other sensors? No. I mean, I don't see how. I mean, it can only go bad so many different ways, and it would... I don't think so.
C. Richard says, is it worth putting money into an LA 318, or should I invest in a more modern Hemi in a truck?
Should we say it one more time?
Is it worth putting money into an LA 318, or should I invest in a more modern Hemi in a truck?
You've already got the truck with the 318. I mean, if you're looking at just the economy of it, by far it would be cheaper to, let's say, refresh the 318, because there's a lot involved on a swap. It's not just, oh, I'll just take this Hemi and plop it in. There's transmission things to think about. There's electrical things to think about. There's a lot of things that have to be fabricated, and it's an involved process. If it's just, for normal use and you're looking for just reliability and economy, you can't beat the 318. Just throw the money into that and be happy with it. If you're looking for more performance, right? You're looking for a rest on mod type of thing, then yeah, the Hemi is a better choice. But depends what you're going to use it for.
I can't tell they're talking to each other. Let's see. Spell check. Let's see. Did you see the video of an electric drag car smoke a gasoline drag car? Did you see that video?
No.
No.
I've seen plenty of videos with with Tesla Plaids and Lucids and stuff like that, mopping the floor with internal combustion engines. But that's kind of to be expected. That's what they do. That's their forte.
KJ says, subscribers having YouTube Premium affect your business in any way?
No, we get paid from an account separate from. So normally we get paid by the views. We get paid per 1,000 views, and that's for like the regular AdSense. But we get paid from a pool. From what happened?
Oh my God, you keep talking.
I lost my train of thought because
Sorry.
you made a face.
It's okay.
Okay. we get paid a pool from the premium stuff.
Let's see. Dull no. Oh, he's talking to somebody else. Hang on. Zero says, how it go? A bird in the hand is like an LA 318 already in the engine bay or whatever.
Dude, that is true wisdom and insight. I don't know why I didn't answer the question.
It's not an XJ.
I know it's not an XJ.
They're kind of comfortable. I mean, just what I'm saying.
They're really good.
Yeah, they're really good.
But no, zero, he's exactly right.
Let me see. Where are you located?
We are in Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
Olive is very fond of the 318.
As I think most of us are.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. They're talking to each other. They're adding each other. At so-and-so. At so-and-so. Let's see. Love my 318, Zero says. Ezekiel Topanga says 318 is like the redhead stepchild of Mopar.
Redhead stepchild? Oh, yeah. I don't know about that. It's such a mainstay engine. Maybe it's a redheaded stepchild among performance people. But if you're just a generic Mopar enthusiast, no, it's an iconic staple. It's always been there. It's the eternal engine.
Okay, let's see. No, there's cigarettes. Joe K says the new Chargers are going to basically sit and rot until the Hurricane 6 and especially the Hemi comes back.
They have, at that dealership that I shot, they had 4 cars when I shot that video over there. Now they've got 12. I went for the day before yesterday, and they've got 12 of them now. And I can't fathom them selling any of them. I have yet to see a single one of those things out in the wild. And then I was watching, whose video was that? Last night I was watching OC Motivator's video. And he went on a Facebook group for the new Chargers. And the problems these people are having, they're like all owners of 2024 Chargers. And the problems these guys are having, it's just like one of them, the front latch broke off. All of them have this problem with the battery, the 12-volt battery going dead as it sits. Things bricking themselves. Craziness, crazy problems. And there's only a handful of them out there yet. I can't imagine if they do move a bunch of them out. And now they're lowering the prices. I'm seeing it. So the ones here, the ones that were like 70,000 rounded off, are like 57,000 now. And I'm seeing where they're selling them for like 30, 35,000. And they've got lease deals it's $1,000 down and $199 a month to lease one of these cars. And it's like, I'm tempted to do it just for content's sake, but
You're tempted to do what?
lease one of those freaking Chargers.
Oh, for content's sake?
Yeah.
You know, that would kind of be funny.
It would pay for itself.
How long do you have to have a lease for, though?
It's a 2-year lease,
Oh, okay.
and it's capped at 10,000 miles. That's the gotcha.
Oh, you can't really drive it.
Right, you can't really drive it. But for our
What's
purposes,
the point?
for our purposes, it would be just fine.
What's the point? 2 years? You can only drive it 10,000 miles?
Yeah.
Or what happens?
It goes up.
Up to what?
Who knows? It's a scam, like
Obviously,
everything else.
It's a scam.
It's a scam.
But what would you do with it?
I don't know. I think the content would just create
How much is
itself.
the lease? How much is a lease?
$1,000 down, $199 a month.
Oh, just like the Mustang. It's the same price as the Mustang.
That's what I paid for the Mustang 40
It was
years
like
ago.
$185 a month.
$177.
Was that what it was?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Except you drove the crap out of that.
We made a living off of that. We paid our bills off that car.
Raced it everywhere. But we didn't lease it, we purchased it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We bought it. I don't think they would want you to race it.
We did good with that car.
Yeah, I know. So, what kind of lease is it? It's for what kind of car?
For the Charger. For the electric Charger.
Oh, the electric one?
Yeah.
Oh, yikes. The electric one?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. You should go to the dealership. See what they have. Electric Charger. It's Mexican spec says, imagine buying a new car and in the first month you have it, it is in the shop for 3 weeks.
Dude, I went through that Facebook page myself. There were people who picked it up from the dealer, drove it like a mile, and then it had to bring it back to the dealer, and it's been sitting there ever since, like weeks. And they can't identify what's wrong with these cars.
Well, that's how it stays under the 10,000 miles.
That's probably it. That's probably it.
Oh, it says at least the electric Charger is kind of pretty.
I'm going to give you that. It's definitely pretty. I think that the Hurricane 6 is going to be its own separate set of disasters.
Well, what is that going in? Because I'm not really paying attention. I have computer problems.
Yeah.
So what's going on with that?
The Hurricane 6 is the internal combustion engine that they have planned on putting in that car.
Okay.
So it's a
Well, why don't you get one of those?
because that's going to be, I believe, it's going to be its own bag of shit. It's a twin turbocharged inline 6 that makes like 500 and some odd horsepower, but this thing is overstressed. You know what I mean? It's like it's boosting all the time. You're pulling out of the driveway, it's boosting.
That could be funny though.
Yeah. Oh, I'm telling you, it's going to be bad.
As you pull out of the driveway.
It's going to be bad. You're sitting at the traffic light, stop, it's boosting. I mean, it's just, I don't have any hope for it at all.
Oh my goodness. So that's worse than the electric motor?
It's just a different kind of turd.
Okay.
It's a different kind of turd. The only thing that can save that car.
Are they making
that whole
anything
thing-
that's decent?
Well, supposedly they're bringing back all of the Hemis,
Okay.
right? And supposedly the Hemi ends up back in that car.
Oh yeah, you're gonna
Yes.
get one of those?
No,
No.
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 but I'll be glad if it does happen.
Okay.
But that's the only way I can see that thing ever like pulling out of the toilet that it's in.
But you won't get one.
No, I have no desire to own one. We didn't
But
go
you-
buy a Charger or a Challenger before. Why
I
would
know, I understand. I get it. No, I totally get it. But you would be interested in the electric one.
we? Just for the entertainment value.
Yeah?
Think of the content.
It is pretty cheap. $199 a month.
It would pay for itself like
Oh, and $1,000.
over and over and over again. Yeah,
But you couldn't put any mileage on it.
you wouldn't be able to. It'd always be on the hook going to the dealer.
Yeah?
They don't count flatbed mileage
Well,
on
what
it.
does the dealer charge you?
It's a lease. The dealer, it's
They don't charge you anything?
no, it's a lease. The company owns the car.
if they allow you to drive it, if the company owns the car.
Can they stop you?
I don't know. You should find out. You should find out. Wouldn't it be funny if they wouldn't listen to you?
No, not for him.
Right.
No charger for him.
You should try and see what happens.
It could be funny.
It could be
funny.
really funny.
I don't know where I'd even keep the damn thing.
Mm.
We have no room.
I don't know. Find someplace to put it. Let's see. Leasing is throwing money away.
Yes.
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 Well, not if you're using it for content, then not really.
No, there are tax advantages to leasing and all of that.
It evens out. Well, people lease so that they don't have to work on their stuff and that they always have a car that's going to run and not break down. That's the whole point of leasing, isn't it?
Well, I said there are tax advantages.
They're always having a new car, a new vehicle.
Yeah. I don't understand it. I honestly don't. Yeah, I understand buy it, own it, control it. When you're done, get rid of it. That's the only thing I understand. I'm very simple. I'm very basic. So the rest of it is just abstract to me.
Robert Rio says Tony is blacklisted at Dodge.
Where have I been blacklisted from?
Blacklisted at Dodge?
I got blacklisted from the National Hot Rod Association. I got blacklisted from Ford. I got blacklisted.
You didn't get blacklisted from Ford.
Sure I did.
From Ford?
They wouldn't talk to me and they wouldn't
Yeah, they wouldn't
cars.
talk to you, but...
I got blacklisted from Buick. I got blacklisted.
Why Buick? Why Buick?
Because I gave them the car back in like a basket.
What car?
The T-Type.
You didn't give it to him in a basket.
Yeah, I did.
It was fine.
No, it wasn't.
What was wrong with it?
There was no rubber left on the tires. The motor was ticking.
Oh.
It was,
How many T-types did they sell because of what you did?
Oh, lots of
Right,
them.
so they need to shut the freak up.
Lots of them, but they didn't.
Blacklist you.
And they didn't like the street racing. That was
They didn't like the street racing.
Right.
It sold all the cars that they... Yeah. They can go,
They didn't like
what
the
they can
street
go
racing.
do. Right.
You remember, the 80s were a different time. It's not like today. It
Yeah.
was...
What did you do to piss off Ford, Tony? You sold all their cars.
Aside from selling all their freaking cars,
Those freaking Mustangs.
Ford accused me, and this is no bullshit, right? I have witnesses. Neil Van Opry is my witness. He was standing there with me, right? So is the late Steve Collison. So we were invited to the long lead press preview for the 1989 cars. This was for 1988 cars. This was like in the summer of 1987. So we got invited to Detroit for the long leads. And the way this works is in groups of magazine guys, journalists, and they bring you from place to place, like section to section. So this is where they're building the engines, and this is where the suspension is, and this is where, and they give a presentation. Ford will give a presentation on whatever area it is that you're in, or whatever car you happen to be talking about. And anytime I would ask a question, I got ignored. And I didn't understand why, because like everybody else, they were cool with, and they're cordial with, and they're talking, but I got the total cold shoulder from everybody. So at the end, I walked up to one of the Ford guys and I was like, bro, like, what did I do to you? What's with the treatment? And he was like, listen, they don't like what you're doing with the car. I said, what do you mean they don't like what I'm doing? I'm drag racing the car. Like, it's what I bought it for. And like, yeah, they don't like the fact that you're making up all those numbers. And I was like, wait a minute. I never made up anything. 100% of everything we published, I had the time slips for. We did it in front of witnesses. This stuff was even done during private test sessions. This was all done in public and testing tunes and all this other shit. There was no hiding anything. Everything I did was right out there in the public. And then he was like, no, well, we know that you're making those numbers up because our cars don't go that fast. I'm like, yes, now I get it, right? And it's the truth. This was like the SVO guys had not gone as fast with their car as I had gone with my car to that point. And I didn't have a single aftermarket part on the car. So Mission Improbable is basically like what I did with the Mustang. Like 0 additional parts. Nothing modified, everything, exactly as it came, but like cleaned up, right? That make any sense? Just, in other words, I didn't add anything. Back then with the Mustangs, they had They had the off-road kit, there was the catalytic converter delete. They had, oh God, they had all these different things. They had a short belt, they had a short shifter, they had gear sets. And my car had none of those things, right? None of them. Stock belts, right? The SERP belt. Through the cats, stock shifter, factory 308 gear, the original 308 gear. And I was going quicker with my car than the Ford SVO guys were going with their car. They had the special processor, the computer. Mine was just the way it came from the factory. And it was all of the same things that I'm doing with Mission Improbable now. It was exactly what I did with the Mustang then. And I was going faster with my car at that period of time than the SVO guys were going with their car, that Steve Collison was going with his car, and that was a factory-backed race car. So that's why I got the cold shoulder of basically, persona non grata at Ford.
Jerks, a bunch of jerks.
Yes.
Let's say it, they're a bunch of jerks.
They were a bunch of jerks.
Bear Rose Garage sent you super chat.
Thank you, man.
UTG, your thoughts on the last gen EFI 460 BBFs? I'll be doing the ECU delete and carbing it, but was wondering what you think of them stock.
I mean, they're good motors. Look at the cam on it, because look at the cam. I think you're gonna find a very short duration cam there. But other than that, they're good motors. They're solid motors.
Let's see. Moper Man ever tried to set timing on a Ford 302, especially from a 68? Yeah, they're right. They put the timing tab in between the water pump and the harmonic balancer behind the lower radiator hose. It's impossible.
Yeah, I've encountered stuff like that.
That's awesome, Tony. Danny Boyd said. What's awesome?
All of it.
All of it is
All of it.
awesome.
Everything.
That they shunned you, that's not awesome.
A true story. I got witnesses.
All these years later, we can really say, like, what idiots. Horrible. That's horrible. It's horrible.
Some of those idiots turned out to be very big names in the 5-liter
Well, they're still idiots.
thing as you, because I was only in it for that one year, and then
Well, gee, I wonder why you left.
Nitro. I wanted to go do Nitro.
Yeah, but I
so I was done.
But
That was it.
like when you treated
Take
like
your Mustang,
crap
go away.
by your whole industry, then I could see why you don't want to stay.
I had a very rough time. I had a very rough time when I was doing the magazines. Didn't like a lot of what I was doing.
I know.
A lot of what I was saying.
I know. Street racing was a very bad thing.
Yes.
Let's see. Mostly old parts. I appreciate the Cars Illustrated High Performance Mopar, High Performance Pontiac magazines. I enjoyed the humor, tech, low buck builds, and the honesty, especially the honesty.
Dude, it's my channel today. I'm literally this channel is it's a combination.
Except you don't have a car like that to go screw around with.
What, the Mustang?
Yeah.
It was a different time. It was a different era.
But I'm saying if you lease something like the then you would have a car to screw around with like
There's
that.
nobody to screw around with it like that around here.
But you would take it to the track.
Yeah, but I take anything to the track. What I do today on this channel is like literally, I mean, it's Cars Illustrated. It's Cars Illustrated magazine. It's High Performance Mopar. It's Street and Strip Supercar. It's all of those magazines that I was doing back in the day. That's what this channel is.
Zero wants to know, can we just start telling folks the Buick Regal T-Type is named after Tony? Haha. Probably not. Don't do that. That's not true.
I do like that though.
You do like it?
You go, Zero. So in the GNX book, right? So they I don't remember what the quote is, right? When they brought out the GNX, which was like the last hurrah for the Grand National, right? The Turbo Buicks. All of those cars were numbered, okay? And all of those cars came with a book in the glove compartment that like was the history of the Buick turbo cars and all this other shit. It was like, yeah, they made a big deal out of this. And in that book, and I don't remember where it is, and I haven't seen it in 40 years. Okay, so it's 35 years, however long it's been. So I don't remember exactly. But in that book, towards the end of that book, there's a quote from me from the story that I did on the T-type, from Buick with balls. I don't remember what I said. I don't remember what the quote was that they printed. But if you find a GNX, if you ever come across a GNX, and you open up the book that comes in the glove compartment, there's a quote from me in the book.
Mexican Spec says, Tony, you'll have to put a charger in the house to charge the charger, and that will only cost $5,000.
That's it, huh? Just $5,000?
Oh my goodness. Joe K says, Tony, how much trial and error did it take for you to improve the results of your Mustang?
With her as my witness, I raced that car 7 days a week. 7 days, 7 nights a week. If there was any place it could be run, I ran it on the street on Staten Island, in Brooklyn, Front Street in Philadelphia, Deer Park, Route 22 over in Jersey. I raced that car 7 days and nights a week, and we had access to the track at Englishtown, like to shoot photos and stuff. So I would go before they would open and just make 60 footers. Right? I once used an entire roll of timing tape, just making 60 footers. I have no idea how many it ended up to, but I used a whole roll of timing tape. In the tower they got the printout, right? I used a whole roll just running 60 footers with that car. And then I would run it all night Wednesday. That was a test and tune night. It was before they started doing street nights. And then Saturday night we were running at Atco, and then when we were done at Atco, we would go to Front Street in Philadelphia and race until the sun came up. I did this 7 days and nights a week with that car. So I was so tuned in with it. And I've said this before. I was so dialed in with that car that I could tell you to the hundredth, what the ET was going to be, the quarter mile. I could tell you to the hundredth what it was going to be, just the way it reacted off the clutch. Okay? Just swapping feet on the starting line. I didn't have to even break the friggin' beams, and I could tell you to the hundredth of a second what the ET was going to be on that car. That's how I did it. It was just I was just so tuned into that car, so dialed in with it that we made it happen.
James Matthews says, is there a freeze plug in the back of the head on an XJ 4-liter 6-cylinder between the head and firewall?
I'm trying to picture it. Yes. There's a fairly big one back there. Almost positive.
Let's see. Andrew Button 5.0 was a 308. Wouldn't quite make fourth in the quarters, screaming at the top end of third. I remember that's when I dumped the gears.
Yep. Used to shift first to second at 5,500, second to third at 5,000, and then sometimes run it through in third, or short shift it at 4,500 into the fourth.
Do you think you can hop in a Fox body again today and pick it right up again?
Have you seen me drive the XJ? Yes, absolutely.
Let's see. Let's see. That Mustang must have been used up after Tony got done with it.
That car was a mess. 4 transmissions. I had to rebuild the transmission 4 times. It would shatter at around 200 runs. It would shatter third gear. So I had to change third in the cluster. I actually did that. I did that on the side of the road once. I had the parts. All besides the point. The unibody was, because I had pulled the sway bars out of the car so it would transfer, and because it would transfer, it would twist a lot. So I remember when I got rid of that car, if you look, so you're sitting in the driver's seat of the car, okay, and so here's the roof, right, the side glass, and here's the roof. There's a piece of trim that overlaps, like right here, like right at your head, and the paint was scraped away where the two pieces of trim overlapped. It was how much twist that car had in it. It was pretty hammered by the time I got rid of it.
See, Straight Bullet says Tony would be unbelievably fast in coyote-powered Mustang.
I guess.
Do they make that now?
Yeah.
Oh, they do? How much is that?
No idea, no interest.
No idea.
No idea, no interest.
So what is it that gives you interest? Like, you're interested in the electric car.
What do you mean?
But what would give you interest in a car that they made new?
Oh.
Because you just said you didn't have any interest in the coyote.
I have no interest in that.
So what would give you interest?
What would I be interested in?
Yeah.
They don't build anything today that I would be interested in.
Like what? Give me an example.
Anything. Pick something I'm not interested in.
Oh, I know.
Name a car.
I understand you're not interested in them, but like what would make you interested? If they built what?
It would have to be a throwback.
Okay.
It would have to be something, they would have to build something straight out of like the 1980s, maybe early 1990s or thereabouts, for me to even be remotely interested in it. What interests me is if I open the hood and I look down, I should be able to see some ground.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's important to me. You have no idea how important that is to me. If I look down at the engine, I should be able to see ground underneath it. If it's so packed in that I can't see ground, I'm not interested.
Well, you won't see that with the electric car.
Well, I mean, I would only pick up the electric car for the shits and giggles because
Right.
it's gonna, you know, it's gonna be a fiasco, right? So just go with it, okay? So that's like deal breaker number one, okay? I have to be able to look down under the hood and see the ground. If I can't see the ground, I'm not interested in the vehicle.
Does anybody make a car like that?
No, that's what I'm saying. You asked me, what would you be
All right.
interested in, right? And
Okay.
I'm telling you what the deal breakers are.
Okay, so you have to see ground.
I have to see ground. 100% of the controls have to be analog. No touch screen or anything like that. I want buttons,
boy.
I want switches, I want dials, I want gauges.
Mm-hmm.
Period. The end. I don't want any of that other stuff. It's fine for you. It's fine for them.
Fine
It's
for
not fun.
me.
I'm not interested in it. Well, you know what I'm saying. There can't be any proprietary.
Straight Bullet says you can see the ground in a new Mustang, Tony.
Can you?
That's what he's saying.
Well, okay. But what about the rest of the stuff?
That'd be a good video. Just going to different places and checking to see if you can see the ground. Just go look at different cars. Can you see the ground when you open the hood?
I'm not exaggerating this one bit. I'm not
That'd
exaggerating
be
this one
kind
bit.
of funny.
I'm not exaggerating this one bit. The most impressive engine compartment, and some of you guys are going to be familiar with this, okay? The most impressive engine compartment I've ever seen, like one that I looked at and I was just like, you are love. You are love, okay? Was a 1969 Rambler American with a straight six.
Okay.
Okay? It was because it was, you open the hood, okay? And it was just this pencil thin motor down the center,
Uh-huh.
okay? It had one belt, you know, had an
Yeah.
alternator and a water pump, right? You know, that
Yeah.
was it. And it was just this big wide open space. Like you could drop two more of those engines under the hood alongside that one and still have room. It was that, I will never forget that. I was a kid, I was like maybe like 13, 14 years old the first time like I saw this, and it was like, this is the ideal.
The
This is
angels
what
sang.
the angels sang. This is what everything should be.
Okay.
This is how it should be.
Okay. Huh. I don't know, Tony. Yeah, he says the Mustang so you can see the ground. But I wonder if you could go in and be like, delete this, delete that, the way you did when you bought.
When I bought the Mustang,
Mustang.
I couldn't really get very much deleted.
I wonder what you could get deleted.
The
now.
radio was the only thing I could get deleted, and I paid for it. I had to pay extra to get the radio deleted.
You have to pay extra? Why?
You have the invoice here someplace. Didn't I
Yeah.
pay extra to get the radio deleted?
I don't know. I have the invoice, yeah. I just don't remember if you paid extra for that. I don't think so. That would be silly.
I was so proud of the delete plate. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
It was the only Mustang you'd ever see with a delete plate.
I'm sure other people ordered their Mustangs delete radio.
Yeah.
They did. I saw them. They copied you.
Oh, they copied me afterwards, but yeah.
When they ordered their Mustang, they deleted the radio. I wonder what the guys in the thought when they sold the cars. The salesman, they were like, "What? This guy wants no radio too? Why? Why?"
I tried to get it with rubber floor mats. They couldn't do that. I tried to get power steering, delete, manual steering. They couldn't do that. What else did I try to do? Basically, I went through with the salesman and just tried to get anything I could off the car. And the only thing I was able to successfully remove from the factory was the radio.
That's it?
Yeah. Yeah, and I was pissed. I almost didn't take the car because it had speakers in it, remember?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They deleted the radio,
right,
but they left all these freaking speakers in the car.
Mm. Did you take them out?
I took them out. But I almost didn't take the car. I was like, no, I don't want this thing.
Aw. It was pretty when you drove it out. I remember when
It was
you drove
beautiful.
it out. It was really pretty. It's like, oh, that's so nice.
Yeah.
Let's see.
And you could always tell my car from because there were a lot of black Mustang LXs back then, but you could spot my car from across a parking lot because it had clear glass, because it didn't have AC. Every other car had AC, and mine was non-AC, so it had the clear glass, and you could just look out over
So see, you got non-AC.
Well, no, the AC wasn't delete. I just didn't order it.
Oh, okay.
Right. So yeah, you could spot mine from across the parking lot just because the glass was clear.
It was a pretty car.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, no window tint, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. Harry Lister says the new car market is begging for the simplicity of AMC.
Yeah. I'm not exaggerating about that. That engine compartment left a friggin' impression on me. I don't know why that particular one, because there were others, there were full-size Chevys with straight sixes that had a lot of room around them, right? But there was something about that Rambler, and I remember it very distinctly. It was like a white cream color '69 Rambler American, and it was an inline six, tree on a tree, and who was working on it? I think my neighbor George Holly was working on it. He was like a neighborhood mechanic, and I just remember walking over and looking under that hood, and it was just like, that's perfect. That's so beautiful. You know what I mean? Because look under the hood of one of those cars, and you tell me what you think.
Thumper says, Guy, I know Special ordered a 2000 Z28 SS with no AC. Manual, everything, only option was cruise. He got mid-12s out of it, stone stock.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to go fast with a factory car? Well, today you got a surplus of horsepower, like this huge, crazy amounts of power. And so here's the thing, right? Like one of the fundamental differences between the old days and today, right? Back in the 1880s, what did those things make? 225 horsepower or some shit like that? Like, you were dealing with nothing. Like, it was like trying to race a freaking vacuum cleaner. There just wasn't any power there. So you had to do anything, any edge that you could find, it needed it, right? And especially like the driving. Very, very important, okay? But today, you've got this crazy surplus of horsepower. There's more horsepower than you can be reasonably put to the ground without some sort of traction control. The extra weight of today's cars actually works in its favor because it increases bite. So the computer has to take away less power. So today, when you're doing modern performance, weight it's almost like the exact opposite. Weight is your friend as opposed to being your enemy. And that's like one of the fundamental differences between then and now.
Let's see. Let's see. I think Studebaker might have sold a model with the fold-out front seat. I don't know. Danny Boy, that's too exact. I love my little Rambler 232, but here soon, I think. rolling 454 is filling up the hole a bit more. My 64 Nova had the 6. There was some room under there. Scoop says.
Yeah. The Ramblers seem to have more than usual. Like the front of the motor just overhung nothing. It was like it was suspended in air. It was just beautiful.
Electric cars are essentially drag racing for deaf people.
What's the matter? Oh, your foot?
I can't sit. Yeah.
Okay, you want me to come around?
Yeah, you could. You could come around.
How do I do this? Well, you know what, let's just end it. Let's end it. She was running before it and hurt her foot, so she's having a hard time sitting still. Like, yeah, you can see what's going on. She's kind of like, she's like writhing in pain at the same time. She's a trooper. Kathy Bananas is a friggin' trooper.
I'm a trooper, yeah.
Yeah, you want to end this? Let's end it.
Everybody's having a good time.
I know. We'll have an even better time next week when you're not quite in as much pain as you are right now.
You think that'll be so?
Yes.
You think that'll happen?
I think that'll happen.
Okay.
I think that'll happen. What do you guys, how you guys feel about it? You want to give Kathy Bananas a break?
Oh.
She really is a trooper. She's toughening out.
The Ryan says that's no good. Go rest up. Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to pull the plug now. I'll be on Wednesday night with Dr. Art. So let's just wrap this up. Guys, listen, everybody contributed Super Chat. Thank you so much. Always appreciated. Never expected, but always appreciated. Everybody contributed your presence and your conversation. Thank you equally. Our amazing mods, Zero, Fubar, Mexican Spec, guys, thank you so much. And I'm going to have her pull the plug right now so she can go take whatever it is that she's going to take and, like, go soak it.
Thanks, everybody.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Good night, all.
Have a great night. Thank you.